Hi everybody, this is Hayden and I will be giving you a brief tutorial on how to use the Rearm Refuel feature on the ATAG server. As you just noticed, I just landed. One thing we need to keep in mind is that we need to have the engine cool down before we shut it down, or the water temperature will start to increase. So right now I'm using this time to taxi the aircraft at a low power setting back to the departure end of the runway. So once the Rearm Refuel is complete, I can take off quickly. And this taxi time also gives the engine a chance to cool down. I also have the oil radiator and the water radiator fully open right now. One other thing to keep in mind is you want to keep the aircraft pointed into the wind. It seems to help keep the radiator from overheating. And if you look at the windsock off to the left hand side, you'll see the wind is coming from behind us. So I'm going to turn the aircraft into that wind once we get close to the runway. Okay, I'm going to start bringing it to the left to face into the wind. Okay, to use the Rearm and Refuel feature, you need to have your chocks in. You need to shut off the fuel, shut off the magnetos, and make sure your canopy is open, which it is. Once you have all that done, you can use this command, observe the chat. If you look up in the chat, you'll see it's the greater than sign RR100. There are other commands such as RR75 and RR50. I have found that they tend to not always work. They'll either give you ammo and no fuel, or fuel and no ammo, or no ammo and no fuel. So if you use RR100, it seems to always work. It's a 2.5 minute delay. One thing you want to observe as this is going on is your engine water temperature. You want to make sure that it's not climbing. If you start to see this climb rapidly, there's one of two things you can do. You can either start your engine quickly, or you can close the radiator completely. I don't quite understand why that is. I think it might be a bug, but if you do see this start to climb quickly, immediately fully close the radiator and it seems to help. However, since we did a nice long taxi back at a low power setting, we gave the engine a chance to cool down, and as you can see, the temperature is coming down still, so we don't need to do anything else. One other thing to note is that if you have any kind of damage to your aircraft that caused a system failure of any sort, basically an event generating damage that will give you a message, you cannot use this feature. You'll need to start a new plane. If you have small dents and dings in your aircraft, a couple bullet holes through the wings or something like that, that's superficial damage, this option will still work. So we'll just be waiting here to make sure everything works correctly. Something else to note is that once you start this Rearm and Refuel feature, your fuel gauge will drop to completely empty. That's normal. Okay, the truck is left. We'll look down. We have full fuel, full ammo, and we're ready to start. So basically at this point you can go ahead and start your normal engine start procedure and take off. And you're ready to go. Everything seems to be working great. So we'll pull the chocks, close canopy, and we'll take off again. And since we've already taxied over to the runway, it shouldn't take long at all to do that. This concludes the tutorial on rearming and refueling. Thanks for watching.